Steadicam is on. I remember this time. Was just having a conversation with the nice lady at the store about how we can't get Java Monster around here anymore. Java Monster is a monster coffee, basically, and it disappeared from the shelves in all the stores around here a couple weeks ago, and it hasn't made an appearance since anywhere. I mean, up in Waikiki, different parts of Honolulu, Walmart, just can't find it. Now, as being an island, things are brought here on ships. Matson is the company that does that. They bring it down to the docks for a bunch of other fucking shenanigans going on down there too that we're not going to talk about. But yeah, so I mean, sometimes you're at the whims of the shipping, and things do disappear around here sometimes, like household items. Like you won't be able to get peroxide for a couple weeks, and then it shows up again, and then baby powder or coconut oil. It's just how it is, and I think that has something to do with the shipping situation. But yeah, this Java Monster thing is just killing me. I love those things. They're great, you know, because I like drinking the energy drinks, but I also like coffee. Off to a really interesting start. July 1st. Very happy that the new month is here. That means it's the end of Pride Month, longest month of the year. Levine there, the Surgeon General, Army General, General Weirdo, said that they'd like to have it be the entire summer. And they weren't really joking. It was just like a wish, like a hope, like, hey, you know, it should be this summer. We live in a world where that had gotten a little bit of support. Maybe there was no Bud Light thing going on, or maybe, you know, there wasn't the kind of pushback we're seeing to a lot of this grooming stuff. Maybe that would have been accepted, right? And it would have been for the entire summer. And then it would have been maybe every summer. We got a fall, winter, spring, and Pride summer. Well, it's almost Pride summertime. Because the way evil works is it will just keep going through doors. Like if it'll get to a door, it'll try a door. If it can get it open and it passes through, it doesn't stop and say, wow, we're lucky we got in that door, or reassess. They go right to the next door. And then they try that door. And then they try to get through that one. And if they get through that one, there is no moment of like, you know, evaluating what's been accomplished. Evil just, it never sleeps, man. It just keeps moving and moving and moving and moving. So yeah, there is an alternate reality here where it becomes, maybe we just take the word summer out of it. Let's call it Pride. It's just, it's, you know, it's Pride time of year. It's not too crazy because, I mean, you look at what's going on now and you look at some of the things that are happening around you. Do you think that's too outlandish? It's just, I mean, it's a lot of attention to put on sodomy. So that's really what it is. It's, I mean, you know, whatever. Strange. I mean, you know, they have their thing. They want to. It leads back to Satan, of course. But yeah. So July 1st, maybe we'll get a little bit of a break from it. Although they haven't been going too well out this year because of, you know, like I was saying earlier, the Bud Light thing. There's a couple other kind of LGBT sort of controversies or what is it? Walmart, yeah. Not Walmart, Target. And they're opening Target up here, actually. It was going in where Saks Fifth Avenue was. And Saks Fifth Avenue is a huge, like, lot of square footage there. And always empty. Always empty. There's never anybody in there. I don't know if Saks, how much more high-end they are than some other places. I mean, they're more high-end than Target, certainly. So I would say Target would do, it's going to do a lot better regardless of what kind of boycott's going on. I don't even know where that stands right now. I don't get to a Target too often. It's good for the stuff I like to get, but we'll see what happens with that. Being Hawaii, you're not going to get any protests or anything. You're not going to get any pushback to it at all. It's a very, very deeply blue state. It's a deeply, oddly, truly blue state. Is that it? Is the fucking brain compartment empty? I thought I had something interesting. I always do until I push the record. And I'm like, fuck. We'll just take a little walk up here and see what happens. Maybe something will, maybe some neurons will fire up, and I'll remember what the fuck it was I want to go on about. Nice day out here today, like it is almost every day. Warm and windy. About noontime. Is it noontime? Something like that. I can't stay out here too long though this time of day because the sun is at its hottest. Or what's passing for the sun these days. I'm starting to think more about that theory that I was trying to explain about a copy of the world, like what we're this. It's a theory I came across very recently, where the idea is that this realm we're in here, this 3D area we're in here, is a copy of where we used to live. The Mandela people call it. They always say we're in this. Oh, we were in the Sagittarius arm, and now we're in the Orion arm, or there's something like that. They think we moved through the universe. There is no universe. We didn't move anywhere, but we're in a different place, and that is kind of that would explain a lot of the stuff that's gone on, a lot of the changes. I mean, we are in different bodies, absolutely. I mean, they're similar to what we had, but like I noticed with me, and this kind of just happened. I noticed over years, over time, I'm missing birthmarks. I had some tattoo stuff, and the reason we placed some of the work where it is he wanted to avoid birthmarks. I had a prominent, well, not a prominent one, but it was, one you could see as a dark one on both arms. And in particular, there's, I don't know if I can show it right. Oh, yeah, I can. You see that little circle? Right. See that little empty space? How the dragon's body spirals there? It's because I had a birthmark there, and he didn't want to go over it, so that's where he made the coil. He made the thing turn, the thing turn. He drew the dragon around it, just like we drew Catwoman around the other birthmark. Those birthmarks are gone. I also had scarring on my thighs that are gone. It's just gone. And it was deep. It had been there my whole life. Some kind of accident or something had happened. Yeah, it was just scarring. It looked like a piece of my body had been shaved off. But it was under the top of my thighs, so I don't really look at it. But sometimes if I'm feeling, for whatever reason, I'm feeling my thighs, which I don't do very often, I could, or at all. It's kind of weird. Why would you do that? But anyway, you'd feel it, right? But now that's gone. These were deep sort of indentures in my body that have been there for, my whole life. They're gone. They're not there anymore. Now, there's all the other regular stuff that people notice about the Mandela body changes effects, like broader shoulders, that giant rib cage that kind of goes down and covers everything. All your organs are thrown into it. Everything's in a different place. You can't kidney punch anyone because your kidneys aren't out in the open like they used to be. Just, you can even use normie Google and just search Mandela body changes, and it gives you a whole bunch of them. The skull is completely different. Well, not completely different, but has a lot of changes to it. The ridge above the eyes, the bones behind the eyeballs, which didn't exist when I was a kid. That's why I loved. One of the things I love the most about skulls and skeletons is you look in their eyes and these deep, endless, dark holes. Well, it's not like that anymore. There's a bone right there that goes right behind your eyeball with a little hole in it, conveniently, to let your optic nerves and whatever else come through to your eye, almost like you would with a TV stand. When you get a little hole in the back so you can pull the wires through. It's kind of ridiculous. Also, when I used to salute the flag in school, or I did. I don't know if they have you do that anymore. They probably don't. I don't know how I feel about that. On the one hand, it's like, yeah, it's good to be, I guess, patriotic because of your family and friends, but on the other hand, you're saluting an outpost of Israel. So it's, what I mean? What are we pledging allegiance to? But anyway, you'd put your hand on your left side of your chest because that's where your heart used to be. Now it's in the middle. And people try to say, well, yeah, no, it's, it's always kind of it's in the middle, but it's a little to the left. No, you'd if that were the case, when you pledge allegiance to salute something, you'd put your hand in the middle of your chest. But it's not the case. Because some of us would have memory of when you did, meaning we'd been moved over here from wherever we are, because they can move energy. You're just basically, you're like a radio station, and if someone has the receiver, or like you have a radio, you can skip through the channels. They can do that with your frequency, and just move it wherever the fuck they want. So that's a massive theory, like that idea, like of creating a separate world that looked like ours. And I still haven't really looked too much into that, like what the exact reason for it would be to make a copy of the world, but it ties a lot of the concepts together really nicely. So, maybe that's the starting point. I don't know if it's an end point, but it's just another one of these interesting things to think about, Something happened, obviously. Millions of people are experiencing it. I don't know. The Mandela effect is still the most important thing, I believe, that's ever happened in human history, because it's showing to us that reality is malleable. And you'll always have the science boys like, it's just your memory. It's your memory bar. Your memory's no good. People like that, the more like, as time goes on, I think of them less as being influenced by the OS, by the operating system, and more just straight up a part of it. Which that was something I was talking about too, the fact that a lot of people could actually be tools for that system. Because when this was some kind of training area or school area, you would have to facilitate lessons about how to, whatever they want you to do, or whatever they're trying to learn you. So you would need people that looked like you to interact with. But those people don't necessarily have to be the progeny of the divine. They couldn't be, or else there wouldn't be able to be any kind of test or any kind of meaningful test. So there has to be people that look like you here that aren't actually real people. And that's what I'm always kind of going on about. I think they're system tools of the OS. And there's a lot of them. And that's why they do whatever the TV says, that's why they would, kill me if they could, It's all right, though. All that aside, it's a good day. I'm going to go out tonight when the sun's down a little bit and see if I can have any success with entities. Am I going in, boss? No, I'm going to walk up a little here more. But I'm going to let you go. Thanks for dropping by. I'm here every day. Don't blame the teacher. Blame the school.